Sean and DDP was a good fight.
Yeah, it was. Very high level.
Very high level. It was, a very educated chess match at times. Do you know what I mean? They were both very well-rounded strikers. Very well-rounded mixed martial artists, really. In terms that Drakus did mix up a bit of wrestling in there, whether or not it inflicted enough.
He did basically no damage with his takedowns, but
right.
he was successful over and over again with the takedowns, which you have to say something about.
That's right.
Being able to take someone down like that is pretty impressive with ease like that. I mean, Sean got straight back up, which it's almost as if that should be just as impressive and important as the takedowns. The getting straight back up should outweigh the takedowns, kind of. But nonetheless, the takedowns were there, and they're an important part of a fight. They're an important part of the judging of a fight. How many times did he take him down? Like
6.
6 times.
I think it was 6.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the stats that people keep bringing up is that the total strikes and significant strikes were heavily weighed in Sean's favor. However, a lot of that difference was made in the first round. So he wins. That's a problem. Well, not the problem, but that's how MMA judging works, isn't it? It's judged round by round.
Yep.
So you can have completely outweighed stats at the end of the fight, but if it just comes down to that one round, then
yeah, exactly. And that's how it scored. It scored on the rounds. I mean, you look at that fight and you kind of like, if only this could have somehow been a draw. So I don't think either of them deserved to win over the other one. Like
it was that close.
Yeah.
I mean, I
felt like a draw.
It did. And even Drakus in his post fight press conference, he didn't seem as victorious as you'd expect of someone who's been talking about how this is their
their crowning moment.
Yeah. A split decision win is not a big celebratory point for anyone, I don't think.
Yeah, especially when it's that close, and
especially when it's fighting for a belt.
And when you're fighting for a belt and it is that close, obviously, well done, Drakus. I'm not mad that he won because, in all honesty, both of them kind of deserved not to lose. But it's not like one of them won.
No. Like if they announced Sean as the winner at the end of that fight, I don't think there would have been anyone going, there would have been just as many people as there are right now saying that Sean won. Righty rah. The same with
it's the same every time, right? Like close decision, one of the guys gets it. Everyone online just loves controversy and wants to say it's a robbery when it's not a robbery. That was not a robbery, like whatsoever. Both guys could have won that fight. It just depends on what the judges saw.
Yeah.
One of the weird things I saw the judging scorecards. None of them gave round 2 to Sean. None of them did. The one guy who gave Sean the win gave him 1, 3, and 5. They didn't give him 2, which is like weird because I thought that 2 was the swing round where it could have gone either way, and Drakus kind of took it on the takedown. The fact that he got the takedowns
was the end, wasn't it?
Towards the end. I think Sean landed slightly more, but it wasn't much more in that round. And then Drakus did get the takedowns, so that kind of swung it in his favor. 3 and 4 seemed like they were both Drakus's rounds, in my opinion. Like, I don't think that 2 was the one, but the judges somehow gave 2. Everyone gave 2 to Drakus, and one of them gave 3 to Sean.
Yeah,
everyone gave 5 and 1 to Sean. Apart from that,
it's a weird one. It is. I had it 2-2 going into the 5th, and I thought that Sean won the 5th round.
Same here.
So yeah, I wasn't blown away by the decision.
No.
Anyway, moving on from decision chat. So it's likely that we're going to see Drakus fight Izzy next.
I believe so. Think? Yeah, I think it's kind of like big fight wise, it's the only option unless you do a rematch. I don't think there's another obvious contender for the belt outside of Izzy or a rematch with Strickland. Like, who else would you give it to?
Yeah,
that's right. Like Rob is fighting Costa, so that's a pretty good one to put someone back in the mix for a potential shot of the belt or contendership. You got Brendan Allen, who's kind of working his way up, but nowhere near close enough to the belt. You got Cannonier, who obviously he was the last guy to beat Sean before Drickus. He's there, but he's been very inactive, and he hasn't really fought in a while. He needs to fight someone before he gets his shot. I really see the only guy who has been active. Izzy's last fight was less than a year ago, a lot less than a year ago. It was like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. I think he's the only option, unless Alex Pereira wants to come back down and do his thing.
Surely not.
No, I don't think that.
Surely Alex just doesn't.
I don't want to see that.
No. Alex is like just acting like Sean Strickland's big brother at this point, and just has to go and deal with all the guys that are beating him.
Yeah.
So Sean can then come back
and beat them again.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see Alex come down. Honestly, I think that was a joke. His post. I think that was a joke.
Oh wait, did he joke about it? I didn't see
he
that.
said one last rodeo at middleweight. Question mark. But no, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna do it.
It'd be silly too. I've been thinking about.
Think?
Yeah, no, I think Izzy's the obvious option. I really want to see that fight too.
Yeah, same.
Because I
got
do
a big
think
fight feel about it.
It does. It has a big fight feel about it, which we had going into this weekend as well. But also, I just think that would bring a bit more of a fire out of Dricus. I think there was the beginnings of that at the start of the build up to this Sean versus Dricus fight, but it very quickly fizzled out when people's feelings got hurt. And then, there was kind of a bit more of a mature.
I think they had a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah.
And that kind of.
And I don't think there will be that same level of respect between Izzy and Dricus. And I hope there isn't, because Izzy hasn't given Dricus the respect right off the bat. So
it would make it a much more interesting, entertaining fight if they've both got a chip on their shoulder going into it, for sure. But I think that could be a big mistake for Dricus. Because I think if Izzy comes back, he's going to be firing on all cylinders. It's going to be the best Izzy that we've seen, unless he's past his physical prime. I think that he's going to be focused, motivated, and he's going to want to get it done. And when we see Izzy in that form, like against Alex the second time, that's a dangerous guy, and he's got excellent game planning. He's got an insane fight IQ and a crazy ability to change things up on the fly. So if Dricus doesn't show him any respect, that's I don't know. That's going to make it tough for him.
Yeah,
against a top performing Izzy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, yeah, I think that's the one and only fight, and I think it's pretty ideal if they can turn around for 300 in April. That's like what else are you going to put on the headliner?
Well, I mean, Dana reckons that he's going to have 300 announced this week, the main event.
I wonder why he waited till this week, eh?
Well, look, I don't know. If you looked at Dricus after that fight, he looked pretty beaten up. Whether or not he's able to turn around and make April, it's not that far away now.
No, it's 4 months.
It's not even that, is it?
We're
nearly at the end of January.
End of April, I believe.
Well, we're nearly at the end of January, so you got February, March, April. That's 3 months.
Yeah.
So he's got to have at least a week or two off after that.
I think if he doesn't have any serious bodily injuries, then your face heals up pretty quick. Give it 3 weeks, he'll be back full contact training. 2-month fight camp.
Yeah, it's doable. I'm not saying that, but we've seen him pull out of. He had a long time to sort that injury out the first time, but
well, I think
it's I personally think it's too soon. I think there will be a possibility that we see Alex Pereira being the headliner for UFC 300.
Yeah, I think it's got to be one of the two. Either Izzy versus Duplessis or Alex versus someone. You can just pick and choose. But last time he was injured properly, I believe he had a proper injury. This time, I don't think he mentioned any injuries, Dricus. So if it is just cosmetic injuries, it's a definite possibility.
Mhm.
You know, last time I think he was asked to turn around on 2 or maybe it was 3 months' notice. I can't remember what the difference between his fight against Rob was. I think it was about 2 months he was asked to turn around in, which is tough when he had, I think did he break his hand or something?
I think it was a foot-related injury, possibly.
Broke his foot or something. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait for that announcement. You will see our instant reaction right afterwards when that is announced.
Moving on, I think Sean Strickland should fight the winner of Rob Whittaker and Paulo Costa in a title eliminator.
Yeah.
I think that is a good fight just based on the fact he hasn't faced either of them before. And I think all of the styles out of the three of them there, they all bring things to the table that could potentially, put the other guy on the back foot in terms of a skill set kind of wise. I think we saw Rikus really work with his kind of blitz against Sean on the weekend, and that's a style that Rob also implements. He kind of comes in swinging and then is very good at managing his distance and getting out quickly as well. So kind of getting in and out and not getting hit. And Paulo Costa just...
What does he do? I can't even remember.
Yeah, it's been so long.
It's been like, how long? 2 years now?
He does just have extremely, like...
He's explosive.
He's explosive, yeah. Like if he
He'll
hits you...
come on that ass.
Eh?
He'll come on that ass. It's a reference. Aljamain Sterling. Yo, to Jan, I'm coming on that ass. I'm coming for that ass.
Right.
Funny.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think that's the fight to make there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. You could give him a rematch with Cannonier, but that's kind of boring.
Yeah.
There's Chimaev, but I mean, he doesn't deserve a shot against Strickland, but that would be a fun fight and a fun build-up. You could even put that as a pay-per-view headliner, like, in all honesty, or a 5-round co-main event of a pay-per-view.
Yep.
He's got options. Strickland is a star, and things are just getting started for him, you know? Losing this belt means nothing, is nothing bad for Strickland, especially in the way he lost it. You know, it was a very, very close fight. People are going to want to see him fight for the belt again, no matter what. You know, he could wait out if Izzy beats Duplessis, or if Duplessis beats Izzy. He could honestly just probably get an instant rematch with either of those guys.
Yeah, but you're risking, you've got some middleweight fights booked at the moment that are like between Rob and Paulo. Like if one of those guys wins in impressive fashion, then they could be right in there.
No, I'm not saying he should, but
yeah,
he with his star power now, like the guy is a star. People like he's huge. Sean Strickland is huge.
I agree.
He's a big star. He can kind of do what he wants at this point.
No leash.
No leash.